Cowboy Bebop is a Japanese animated science fiction television series animated by Sunrise Inc. through a production team led by Shinichiro Watanabe. Following the misadventures of the Bebop crew, a group of bounty hunting wanderers in their outlandish quest to get money across the stars, the series was first aired on TV Tokyo, one of the major Tokyo television stations, in April of 1998.
Think you're too good to talk to me, is that it? Hey, what's your problem? You want to fight or something?
Here, it's my treat.
Broadcasting only 12 episodes and a special due to its controversial adult-themed content, the show premiered in Japan on TV Tokyo from April 3rd until June 26th of 1998. The full 26 episodes of the series was only later aired in 1999 on Wow Wow from October 24th until April 24th, and only really making its way to the West in 2001 when it aired on Adult Swim, an American adult-oriented nighttime programming block of Cartoon Network, as the first ever anime title to be broadcasted on the network. Although it's nothing to spit at in Asia, it really blew up in the West. Many claim it to be a gateway series to anime as a whole, alongside greats like the works of Hayao Miyazaki, a Japanese animator and director known most famously for being the co-founder of Studio Ghibli, and credit it in helping to introduce anime to a new wave of Western viewers in the early 2000s. Originally being picked up by the Japanese toy company Bandai, with the sole purpose of selling a new range of spaceship figurines, the show was thrown into development hell after it was believed to be conflicting with the ideas of Bandai, only to be picked up later by Bandai Visual, the animation department of the same company. According to an article by IGN about a 2017 panel with Watanabe, Namco Bandai didn't have faith in the project, believing the series' intended audience didn't align with theirs, and disbanded the partnership after the first 4 episodes were finished. Watanabe explains, this is why space combat is barely featured in later episodes. Its space western and neo-noir aesthetic speaks to many, especially those growing up in the late 90s and early 2000s.
I'm really sorry to mention this. No smoking in here.
The show itself has a rather simple yet engaging premise. The year is 2071. Humanity has colonized the stars after Earth was made nearly uninhabitable due to a catastrophic accident. In this world, we follow a ragtag crew of misfit outlaws designed after the personality and opposites of director Watanabe and character design Kawamoto Toshihiro. The Bebop crew consists of Ein, first seen in episode 2, is a super intelligent Pembroke Welsh Corgi brought aboard the Bebop after a failed attempt at capturing a bounty. Although resembling a normal dog in appearance, Ein is actually a data dog, who's had its intelligence greatly enhanced by a research facility. The extent of Ein's intelligence is not widely known. On numerous occasions, he is shown to understand human language and perceive danger well before the other members of the crew. Edward Wong, also known as Ed and Radical Edward, is a tech-savvy child prodigy skilled in hacking, found orphaned on Earth by the crew. Skinny and a copper-colored teenager with tufts of bright red hair, Ed is a resourceful and giggly 13-year-old kid who frequently spaces out and almost always refers to themselves in the third person. Although referred to multiple times in the series with female pronouns, Ed was actually intentionally designed to be genderless in a sense. According to an interview by IGN, an American video game and entertainment media website, from the 23rd of November in 2017 with Shinichiro Watanabe, the director of the series, he wanted to leave Ed's gender ambiguous. Quote, I wanted to create a character that surpasses humanity. I personally think that he might not even be human. Someone from outer space. End quote. Faye Valentine, first met in episode 3, is a wandering amnesiac bounty hunter whose relationship with the crew is unbalanced at best. Before joining the crew of the Bebop, Faye crossed paths with Spike and Jet twice before making herself at home aboard the ship. Although an arrogant and lazy character on the surface, Faye is a talented con artist who's amassed a 6 million plus wulong, the intergalactic currency used within the universe of Cowboy Bebop, bounty in her numerous adventures across the stars. Jet Black, also known as the Black Dog, is an ex-cop turned cyborg bounty hunter who acts as the sort of leading voice or dad of the group. After leaving the ISSP, Intersolar System Police, due to a disgust in the level of corruption, Jet purchased a former fishing ship, which he named the Bebop, and then began to roam space as a bounty hunter. After 4 years of the start of his new business, in 2068 he met Spike, who became his partner and close friend. Shortly thereafter, the two quickly became the most fearful bounty hunters in the solar system. And Spike Spiegel, an ex-mafioso with a mysterious past that slowly gets revealed through the course of the show. Although an indifferent and lazy character on the surface, Spike is an extremely skilled bounty hunter with incredible skill and Jeet Kune Do, a hybrid philosophy of martial arts heavily influenced by the personal philosophy and experience of the well-known martial artist Bruce Lee. Although repeatedly stating his hatred for dogs, children, and women with attitudes, and it's anything but happy when each one of the three joins the Bebop, Spike progressively warms up to the other members of the crew as the series goes on. Besides his uniquely spiked green hair and blue leisure suit, he also possesses complete heterochromia, a term used to describe a difference in a person's eye color, specifically when they have two different colored eyes, with his left being dark brown and his right being light brown.
The idea is to put this right down the hatch as quick as you can.
Come on, do that morphine for my endorphin. Yeah, it's Morgan. It's a clean match.
Should we just grab him and forget about breakfast?
Oh?
Through 26 episodes, we follow the Bebop crew through a series of disastrous attempts at capturing various bounties across the multiple planets and cities inspired by the real-life streets of New York and Hong Kong. While the series has its fair share of bizarre and comedic moments, commonplace in most anime series, the story also delves into intriguing concepts of existentialism, loneliness, boredom, and the influence of the past on the present. Created as a special tagline for the series in order to promote it during its original presentation, Watanabe referred to the series as, quote, a new genre unto itself, a line inserted before and after commercial breaks during its Japanese and US broadcasts. Although Watanabe later called the phrase an exaggeration, it's clear even on one's first viewing that the series is a one-of-a-kind, well-blended mix of genres ranging from the typical cowboy western to the subgenre of science fiction that is space opera, often referred to by fans and critics as a genre-bursting space western. Inspired by Lupin III, a Japanese crime manga and anime series written and illustrated by Monkey Punch, Watanabe's original concept was for a film, and during production he treated each episode as a miniature movie. When developing the series story, Watanabe began by creating the characters first. At the 2013 Otakon panel, an annual 3-day anime convention, he explained the first image that occurred to him was one of Spike, and from there he tried to build a story around him, trying to make him cool. With that said, he revealed during a panel in 2003, as well as an interview with the Daily Texan from 2006, that he had conceived the series ending early on and intentionally wanted it to end with a bittersweet moment, as he did not want the series to become like Star Trek, with him being tied to doing it for years. With every episode paired with the unique music of Seatbelts, a band originally formed just to provide the series with a soundtrack, each episode oozes the atmosphere of old school blues and jazz, which only boosts the neo-noir themes of the show.
Oh, come on, I can do it.
Are you there, Jet? I've got something big!
Something big?
Outside the animated television series, the world of Cowboy Bebop and the characters that inhabit have also been made into several other mediums. Published through Kadokawa's Shotens, a Japanese publisher based in Tokyo, Japan, Asuka Fantasy DX magazine, Cowboy Bebop has its 2 published manga series, written by Hajime Yatate, titled Cowboy Bebop Shooting Star and Cowboy Bebop, with illustrations provided by Kane Kuga, Yutataka, Nanton, respectively. 3 video game series, titled Cowboy Bebop, which was on the original PlayStation, Cowboy Bebop Serenade of Reminiscence, which was on PlayStation 2 in Japanese, and Super Robot Wars T. While being a tactical role-playing game focused on mecha anime, Super Robot Wars T served as a crossover game that featured both Spike and his personal ship, the Swordfish. An animated film directed by Shinichiro Watanabe, titled Cowboy Bebop Knockin' on Heaven's Door, named after Bob Dylan's song of the same name, that takes place canonically between sessions 22 and 23. A live-action film that's in development hell, that was announced to be in the works in an article by If Magazine from July 22nd of 2008, in which they interviewed Erwin Stoff, best known for being the president of the company 3 Arts Entertainment, who was set to be the producer of the film. Initially meant to have the Canadian actor Keanu Reeves play the role of Spike Spiegel, the film was slated to release in 2011, but was delayed significantly due to problems with the budget. An official short side story written by Dai Sato, titled Cowboy Bebop UT, centered around the character Uri Terpsichore, a legendary bounty hunter in the world of Cowboy Bebop, named after the Ural Mountains, a mountain range that runs approximately from north to south through western Russia. A Cowboy Bebop art book, a book relating to art, specifically a book containing printed reproductions of works of art, published by Kadokawa Shoten, that contains an illustration index, short stories, comments/information about the music, information from and about a staff panel, numerous comments from the cast, and various illustrations of series characters. And a supposedly up-and-coming live-action series on Netflix that also appears to be in development hell after the show's production was halted for several months after John Cho, who plays Spike, obtained a serious knee injury that required intensive surgery. Additionally, in May of 2020, the composer Mason Lieberman, a senior game audio coordinator for Tencent, partnered with Sunrise and Funimation to produce an official Cowboy Bebop charity track for COVID-19 relief. The track itself was released on August 26 of 2020 as a 7-inch black heavy vinyl that featured several songs from the Seatbelts as well as original covers. If you want to watch the show in its entirety for yourself, as well as read/watch the additional content related to the series, you can find links to everything mentioned in both the description and pinned comment below. My name is Jacko. If you want to know more about me, check out my Twitter, @Jacko_2026. If you enjoyed this video and would like to not only see them continue but improve in quality, consider subscribing and or supporting us on Patreon. Link in the description below.
So finally we can dive into the painting process, and this really